Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Shahin Manjezi. For those of you who are new, I talk about manifestation, getting your mindset right, and really just how to make your mind work for you so that you can manifest your desires uh, and really just live your dreams and create heaven on earth for yourself and for others. So in today's video, I want to address a common question, reoccurring question that I've been getting, and it comes from people who've been saying that they've been trying to do SATS meditations or visualization exercises where they see their desired end reality. They've been attempting doing this before bedtime, but they found that their mind just keeps wandering while they do these exercises. And because their mind wanders, they start to overthink and they get into this sleepy state, and then what ends up happening is they just fall asleep in this state where their mind is wandering, they're overthinking, they're entertaining doubts of thought. Thoughts of doubt rather, thoughts of doubt about how they're actually going to achieve their desire, and they're falling asleep in this state, and they're doing this night after night, and they're trying to do this, it's not working. They're not falling asleep in the state of feeling like it is done, that their desire has been fulfilled, that their wish has been fulfilled. So this video is for you if you are someone who's experiencing that. I'm going to give you guys a couple pointers that you can use, just a different way of thinking about SATS meditation and visualization exercises in general. That's really what this video is going to be more focused on, just a different way of looking at this, a different way of thinking about this, so that you can approach your visualization exercises and SATS meditation in a different sort of mindset and frame of mind. So the first piece of advice I would offer is that, if you're trying to do these visualization exercises and, these meditations and your body is not completely relaxed, what you'll find is your mind will start to wander and you're going to probably be overthinking. You have to imagine that your mind is kind of like a body of water, right? Like it's almost like a lake or like a pond or something like that. And if that pond or that lake is, underneath a storm, the waters are going to be very chaotic, right? There's going to be multiple currents and different things like that. And it's going to be very difficult for you to impress that body of water if it's already in a chaotic state, moving around in a state of frenzy. So what you want to do is you want to get that body of water very calm and still before you try to impress it with any sort of image or feeling or emotional state. So your body is considered to be the largest part of your subconscious mind. So if your body is tense at all when you go to do these visualization exercises, it's going to be very difficult to impress your subconscious mind with the image that you're trying to impress it with. So my first piece of advice is to really make sure that you've alleviated all the tension out of your body before you do these exercises. And just a really quick way to do that is just through breathing, taking a deep breath in, for 3 seconds, long deep breath in, and then just exhaling for 5 seconds, long exhale. Now it's been found that long exhalations, so short inhales and then long exhalations, they actually slow the heart rate down. Okay, so if you have longer exhalations, you're actually slowing the heart rate down. You're getting your body in a relaxed state. Okay, so do that, and you'll start to feel that you start to relax. You feel more relaxed with yourself. And do that 5 times, 10 times, whatever feels comfortable to you, and just visualize that all the tension and all the tension is just melting off your body, right? You want every single cell of your body to be relaxed when you do these SATS meditations, these visualization exercises, because that's going to make you feel like the waters are calm, and you can impress your subconscious mind with your desired image. Okay, so that's my first piece of advice. Really make sure your body is relaxed before you do your SATS meditation. That's going to make it far more easy for you to direct your attention where you want to direct it. Okay, now the second piece of advice is that you guys are not creating scenes that are emotionally captivating enough. Okay, the scenes that you're creating are not they're not engaging you emotionally. Now, for an example, let's say that you're someone who's in a lot of debt right now and you want to pay off your debt. So you come up with this scene where you open your bank statement and you see that it says that your loan has been satisfactorily paid off. Now, for some people, that imagining that scene might actually captivate them emotionally. Like, oh wow, it's such a relief to see that or feel that. For other people, that might not be emotionally captivating. Maybe they might need something more vivid and more emotional in order to really hold their attention for a long period of time. Maybe it's not just paying off your debt that you want. Maybe it's you want to share the abundance with your friends and your family, and you really want to live a life where you are abundant, So you feel abundant, you experience financial abundance. So the analogy that I have, for you guys to start getting into this state of mind of really thinking about an end scene that emotionally captivates you, is to think about like your favorite movie. Think about your favorite movie and think about the end scene of that movie and how emotionally captivating that end scene in the movie is. Some movies that come to mind, a really good movie is the movie called Rudy. It's about this football player who walks onto the Notre Dame, I don't know how you say it, Notre Dame football team. It's a college football team, and he's a small guy, but he has a lot of heart. He walks onto the football team, and everyone doubts him, but he actually gets playing time in a game. And he actually makes an impactful play in the game. And the movie ends with him being lifted by his teammates at the end of the game that they've won. And, this intense movie is playing, and they've lifted him up, and he has his hands up in the air, and it's kind of like this feeling of like, wow, he actually made it. He actually did it. It's just this very emotionally captivating scene. Another emotionally captivating scene is this movie called The Notebook. A lot of women like this movie. I also enjoyed that movie as well. And it's this end scene, spoiler alert for you guys if you haven't watched any of these movies. Like if you want to watch the end scenes of these movies, just skip through this part of the video. But the end scene of that movie, The Notebook, it's this elderly couple who've had this lifelong, love for each other. And but one of the woman in the love story, she's grown old and she's developed, I think it's some sort of, I don't know what it is exactly. It's like a memory loss. I don't know if it's dementia or Alzheimer's or something like that. But she can't remember people anymore. And her husband comes and visits her every day, but she doesn't remember who he is. And, he's telling her about their love story, but she doesn't know that it's their love story. He talks to her about how they were young and all the things that they went through and how they ended up being with each other. And at the end of the movie, the husband, I guess he breaks into her room after hours when he's not supposed to be there, and she wakes up from her sleep and she remembers him, and they fall asleep in each other's arms. And the end of the movie is the scene is a nurse walks in the room and she finds them sleeping in the bed together, but they've both passed away. They both died in each other's arms, remembering that they're each other's true love. I mean, that's an emotionally captivating scene to me. Okay, like that's an emotionally captivating scene. Another movie. I'll do one more. There's this movie. It was called it's called Don John. I remember watching this movie when I was in high school, and I had no idea what the movie was about. But I know that I just turned 17, and me and my friend wanted to go to the movie theaters and watch a rated R movie. And he said, we just went to the movies and we saw this movie called Don John, and my friend was like, "Oh, I think Scarlett Johansson's in that movie and it's rated R. Let's go watch it." And that was enough for me to watch it. I had no idea what it was about. But it's about this guy who's kind of this he's like, he lives in Jersey, he works out, he's like a bro. He goes out with his buddies, picks up girls, is kind of like a lady killer. But he has this compulsive addiction to pornography, because he doesn't have really spiritually intimate, although he has physically intimate relationships with women, he doesn't have this like spiritually intimate relationship with women. And eventually he finds this girl, his name, I don't know what her name is in the movie, but she's played by Scarlett Johansson, and she's so physically beautiful and attractive, and she uses kind of this she withholds sex from this character Don John, and she kind of grooms him to be the man that she wants him to be, and that's very emotionally unfulfilling for him. And so he continues to watch pornography, and then she finds out that he watches pornography, and he continues to do it, and she breaks up with him. Long story short, he meets another girl at his night school, and the relationship that they have with each other is completely different. She doesn't expect him to be someone that he doesn't want to be. She allows him to be who he wants to be. She doesn't judge him in any way. And the relationship that they have together is this actually emotionally fulfilling, intimate relationship. And the end scene of the movie is actually them like in bed making love. And I think that the movie ends with this line of like, it's a kind of this like soliloquy, this monologue where he's saying, when I'm making love with this girl, I get lost in her, and I can tell that she's getting lost in me, and together we're lost. We're lost in each other. It's something like that, and I'll link the end of the movie scenes if I can find the clips. I'll find it, but it's a very emotionally powerful ending scene about having a true, authentic, intimate relationship with another person, where you're not expecting anything of the other person. You're just enjoying each other's company, and you're getting lost in each other, so to speak. And he's really describing it really well. It's a really well-written end scene, in my opinion. Make these end scenes that you guys are entering, make them as emotionally captivating as you can. You have to almost be like a screenwriter who's writing a big Hollywood movie, and you're writing your end scene. What's the end scene going to look like? Whatever it is that you want to manifest, get as detailed as a Hollywood writer would get, and make the scene as emotionally captivating as you possibly can. If the scene, if this is a movie about you finding freedom in your life, right? Maybe the movie starts with you working a 9-to-5 job that you don't like. What does the end scene look like? Maybe the end scene is you with your intimate partner, and you're in another country, and you're holding each other's hand, and you're watching the sunset, and you're saying to yourself, we're free. We're free. And you imagine music playing, and you imagine how it feels to really just have accomplished what you wanted to accomplish. You have to make these scenes emotionally captivating. If it's a scene about you having a good, if it's a movie about you having a good relationship with maybe your father or your mother who you've held a grudge to, maybe the end scene is your mother or your father at your house, and you have them over, and you're in the backyard, and you give them a hug, and you're standing face to face with them, and you say, I forgive you, and tears pour down your face, and tears pour down their face, and you feel this grudge sort of wash away, and all is forgiven, and you really feel that. It's emotionally captivating. You really feel it in your body. So I hope you guys are starting to get the gist of what I'm saying here. It's like, create scenes that are like almost over the top, filled with emotion, saturated with emotion. Because when you can start writing out these scenes, and you can write these scenes out in your journal before you do this, before you like start to play them in your head, before you fall asleep, write them out in a journal, like make them specific, give them the details, write them all out, lay it out. But you need to create these scenes and go into this level of detail in order to hold your attention, because if you're trying to imagine something that's not emotionally captivating, your mind's just going to wander off from it. Okay, if it's not emotionally captivating enough, your mind's going to go to the place that is emotionally captivating. And for a lot of us, that's going into a state of fear or going into a state of worry, because that's a strong emotion too. Fear is a strong emotion. Worry is a strong emotion. Anxiety is a strong emotion. So if you can't create a scene that's on the flip side of that, the opposite side, create a scene that's filled with joy, with forgiveness, with beauty, with love, with happiness, with excitement. If you can't create a scene that has those elements and those emotions, then your mind's just going to drift off to another emotion. And, kind of like the base emotion for human beings is the emotion of like fear. That's such a strong emotion that will suck us back in if we can't create something else inside of us. So yeah, I think that's it for this video. Create your own end scene. You are the main character in your life. And the note I want to make for this is like, make sure that when you guys are imagining this end scene, you're doing it from the first person perspective. Okay, you don't want to imagine yourself like looking at a screen and watching you from like a third person's perspective. No, really feel it from the first person perspective. That's going to get you in a more emotional feeling state. Okay. So yes, that's that. I will definitely, continue to expand on this, but for now, that's what I have to say about that. Just want to change your guys' way of how you think about these end scenes. Make them as good as you can make them as emotionally captivating as you can make them. Really create those emotions. Go over the top with them. It's okay. You really want to feel those emotions. So thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. I hope you can take this and really elevate your SATS meditations, your visualization exercises, and start manifesting the life of your desires. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video.